This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hey everyone, welcome to Groomer Humor on Pet Life Radio. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with my son, Anthony Ray. First and foremost, we want to thank all of our listeners out there for listening to our show and keeping our podcast going. We also want to thank Mark Winter, our producer, Pet Life Radio. Without you, we wouldn't have this opportunity. So thank you, Mark. And in this show, guys, we're going to be talking a little bit about what's called groomer burnout. Statistics show that over 80% of people that get into this industry quit within the first 5 years. And we're going to find out why. We're going to talk a little bit about why that happens and how we can help prevent that. And we also have our very funny comment section. So we got all that and much, much more when we come back on Groomer Humor.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Dynovite is nutrition.
Pick up 2 bottles of Lico Chops. Get the 3rd bottle free.
New improved Lico Chops with omega-3, omega-6, vitamin E.
And now, 6 extra direct-fed microbials.
Even better for the digestive tract and immune system.
Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Groomer Humor. Once again, we are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with my son, Anthony Ray. Guys, thank you so much for checking us out once again. And how are you doing, man?
I'm good. Just coming off the week. Very low-key weekend. Got a lot of sleep, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. Got some extra sleep. Feeling a little burnt out myself, though. Yeah, it's funny that we're talking about burnout. I keep thinking that, you're talking about like a burnout. Like, wow, man, grooming dogs, man. I'm burnt out, man.
No, that's not the burnout we're talking about.
Man, come on, man.
We don't recommend that, you burn and then try to groom a dog. That's not suggested here on the channel, although, might calm you down a little bit. But no, man, like I'm going to burn and I'm going to try to groom this dog, man.
It's a papillon, man. Whoa, it's a Wheaton, man.
It's weed. It sounds like weedin', man.
Yeah, it's a Wheaton Terrier, man. We put some weed in it, and coat grows, and now you could cut the hair and roll that, man. And you smoke the hair from the grooming, man. Burnout grooming, man.
Let's see what happens, man.
Yeah, let's try it. Burn it. Stinks, man. Smells good.
It's like Cheech and Chong trying to groom a dog.
Oh, that's a funny skit right there.
Hey, man. Am I driving okay?
Am I grooming okay?
Am I grooming okay? Wow, man. I didn't even know that was a dog, man.
Oh, man. Whoa. Is this a horse, man?
Well, anyway, that is not the burnout that we're talking about. To get right into it, though, we are talking about how, like we said before the break, that statistics show, and this is actually an old statistic, but statistics have shown that 87% quit doing this within the first 5 years. And I could tell you guys, I understand that. I completely understand that. As a groomer of 35 years, I have definitely gone through multiple stages of groomer burnout. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that is and how it actually occurs. I think first and foremost, a lot of people get into this industry thinking that it's fun. So right off the bat, big mistake. You're already burning out, man.
Oh, man.
That's going to be a burnout right there.
Oh, man. Burnt out, man.
Although it is fun at times, it is work. I'm going to say this, and this is my opinion. I think that groomer burnout occurs very quickly in a lot of cases because of lack of experience, but a lot of times it's due to people getting severely bitten. That'll be one of the main causes of somebody trying to stepping out of this business, because when you get severely bitten, you just automatically start becoming very afraid, and you're afraid to actually do your job. So I think the number one reason is people will not maybe go to dog grooming school or learn the proper way, and they will get severely bitten and take on a dog that may be just out of their hands or too aggressive and get severely bitten. So I think that's the number one reason why a lot of groomers will step out of this industry.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Yeah. I think
not as fun as it looks, man. It's not as fun as it looks, man.
No, man, it's just not. Another reason why is just stress. It is a high stress job, as we talked about in the past, both for you and the pet. Most dogs don't like to get groomed, and it can be very, very stressful at times. You'll have a dog that's just very nervous, uncooperative. It just wants to jump off the table. So here you are, you're really trying to prevent the dog from getting hurt, and then put a pair of scissors on it at the same time. So I think stress in all of its categories there is probably another reason why people will tend to sway out of this business before they even really get started in it.
Yeah, especially if you have a hard time adapting to a stressful environment. That's one of the challenges that we've mentioned in the past, is being able to deal with a stressful environment and bring your stress level down so that you're not raising the dog's stress level. That, that's a whole nother thing there. Yeah. But I could definitely see that being a major reason for burnout, man.
Yeah. In that case, maybe you should burn.
Yeah, right. If you're too stressed, you got to burn, man.
You got to burn. Or try an alternative method like, CBD or something. I don't know.
CBD, man. I don't like that one.
My method is vodka and cranberry.
Yeah, there you go. Mine's Miller High Life.
But so stress. Another big part of it is the physical aspect of it. It's a very, very physical job. So if you're not in shape, if you're not physically prepared for it, I mean, there's a lot of standing, there's a lot of bending, your hands get sore, you're holding scissors, you're holding clippers. So physically, you have to be prepared for this because, again, as you guys know, I've had varicose veins, multiple hernias. So physically, it's another reason why people will tend to bow out of this business. So, I mean, it's a young man's job.
Yeah, what are you on, hernia 3 and 4? I think. What do you got? 2 of them right now?
Mm-hmm. Yep, got the 2 inguinals now.
2 inguinals,
yep,
right?
Had the 2 umbilicals, and now I got the 2 inguinals.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds like a pasta dish.
If there,
let me get the linguinal over here.
You want that with white or red?
Get that with the white and put a little struzzi on
it. They like it like that.
Yeah, the linguinal. Let me get the linguinal. What do you mean you're out of the linguinal? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Olive Garden had it. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah. Wait, it says it right here on the menu. Linguinal, right?
Inguinal.
Get it over here.
Oh, if there was such thing as like a hernia on your nose, I would get it.
I didn't expect you to say that. That's
I'm just saying, I just get them.
Okay, he's got the old nose hernia. It's hard to say.
I sneezed too hard. I don't know.
Yeah,
I got a hernia.
Right. Are you sure that your nose doesn't have a hernia? Becoming enlarged.
I knew you were going to say that.
Did you?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Sorry. Did I make you mad? Upset?
No, you never make me mad. You just disappoint me.
That's the worst. I'd rather make you mad.
Right? As a parent, you never want to hear that. I'm so disappointed in you.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
messed up. Wow.
Because that a parent saying that is like, oh, do you not want me to be your child anymore? Jeez.
You're disappointing in my existence?
Disappointed. It's like, I'm sorry I threw the party. I know you said no parties, but it's just a couple friends.
I'd rather get
I'm
slapped
just disappointed. Yeah.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. I'm really disappointed. I expected so much more from you.
Yeah. It just takes away all your power.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Yeah. Because what do you say as the child there? It's like, well, screw you, Dad. It's like, well, I'm not even mad. What? I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. Wow.
I love the turns and the peaks and valleys in this show. I love that 1 second we can talk about one thing, and the next second it's completely different. Has nothing to do with dogs. Right.
We're talking about how disappointing you are to me.
Yeah. Thanks. All right. You got me back for the nose hernia thing. Move on with the burnout, man.
All right. Burn us out, man. Burn us out.
Let's keep burning, man.
Burn it out, man.
So far we went over being severely bitten. We went over stress, physical, and I think this is a big part of it that's kind of underestimated here is, just the lack of income. Dog groomers tend to not make a whole lot of money just yet. Starting to now, but it's not the most lucrative job in the world, and it's a whole lot of work to do for not a whole lot of money. And again, that's another reason why people just, is the juice worth the squeeze,
Well, at least they're finally starting to make a little bit more what it's worth. That only took a couple centuries, so
right.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Groomers used to be royalty. I've read anyway.
It's the truth. Yeah. If you look into grooming history, I mean, back in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Ancient.
A moron. You're a moron.
Back in ancient Egypt, man.
Are you sure you didn't burn before the show?
Maybe a little. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that reminds me of Agent Egypt, man. He was the coolest secret agent, man. He wore the headdress, man. He looked like a mummy, man.
Yeah, and he was
mummy, man. They come back to life and kill you, man. You gotta be careful. Agent Egypt. He used to chase the mummies around. He's 00 Egypt.
But yeah, back in ancient Egypt, they were considered royalty, and they lived in the same house as the rulers, because their job was to tend to the dogs and the cats and make sure that they were clean and all of that. So they were in the main chambers.
Yeah. Now I live in Linden, across the street from a Taco Bell. So times have changed a little bit for groomers.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tad.
Just a tad.
Yeah. Not only are we not in the main chambers, we don't even have chambers anymore.
Right. Exactly.
No, this is not true. The guys that we're just fooling around. Grooming is and can be very lucrative. And it's actually the point of our show, is that we want to bring that to in awareness and bring that to the surface so that it's looked at as a lucrative business, and it is getting better. And so definitely, as we always say, you got to put some value on what you do as a dog groomer. So, but part of that problem, the lack of income, is that, a lot of people that get into this business, they realize that it's very, very difficult, and they are either forced or they'll choose to do something that's more lucrative and less work, just because they have to. So, that's a big part of it, is that they'll take an easier job that pays more, which really questions why you keep grooming with me.
Sometimes I do got to take a step back and wonder what the hell I'm doing with you still, but I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. You know me. I've stepped aside from this multiple times because of the stress, all the stuff that you're saying here. But I've taken other jobs, basically exactly what you've just said. I've stepped away from this to go to a not easier job, but easier in certain aspects of it, sort of just monotonous jobs, regular jobs that paid more than this, and I didn't have to work with live animals and stuff like that. But I don't know, I always gravitated back to this because those other jobs were never as rewarding as this. That's the thing about grooming. It's so rewarding at the end of the day.
Exactly. And that's one of the main reasons why people actually stay in. It really is fun. It is rewarding. I mean, we love the dogs. It is a lot of fun. Once the work is over, it's so much fun. It just is.
Yeah, my favorite part of the day is when all the groomings are done, and we're just kind of waiting for pickups, and I'll be on my computer doing some stuff for our channel, and we're just kind of hanging out, and it's like all the dogs are good. Sometimes we let them out and they hang out with us, and and we just kind of we have like an hour period at the end of the day when all the dogs are done and their parents are on their way. And it's just me and you just kind of hanging, and no more stress for the day. All the dogs have been groomed and helped, and that's the rewarding part. It's like coming off of the comedy stage.
Sure.
It's just heart-wrenching leading up to it, but then once you come off, you're done, and you were part of the show. It's over. Now the show's going to end, and you were part of it, and it's great. And grooming kind of has that sort of aspect to it. The morning time is very scary and stressful. You never know what a day in the grooming shop is going to bring you, but then it's all over, and it's like, wow, we did it. And now we were part of that. We helped all these dogs, and their owner's going to be so happy, and the dog's going to be happy. I don't know. It's just it's so strange, kind of rewarding, but it is. It's so rewarding.
Yep. So listen, why don't we go to break? When we come back, we're going to discuss some ways to possibly help avoid groomer burnout. So we'll do that. We'll talk about that when we come back on Groomer Humor.
Has your pet ever suffered from digestive issues, anxiety, or joint pain? We want to address these issues and more with high-grade CBD oil from Alpha, made specifically for your furry friends. Using Alaskan salmon oil as a carrier, Alpha Pet's 500 CBD oil is lab-tested for quality, consistency, and safety. Plus, we are giving Pet Life Radio listeners 25% off and free shipping with code PL25 for a limited time. So visit myalphacbd.com/dogs now. That's myalphacbd.com/dogs. Because your furry friends are family.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets.
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Groomer Humor on Pet Life Radio. I am your host, Anthony Ray, hanging out with my dad, as always, Rudy V. We've been discussing groomer burnout, man. People are getting burned out. And apologize for the voice again, but it's hard to stop doing it once you started it, man. It's really hard, man. So, before the break, we were talking about some of the burnout stuff. And stress, lack of income, physicality of the whole thing, the whole nine. So now we're going to talk about some ways to avoid groomer burnout.
Yeah, definitely.
Help me out. Yeah, help me out. Dude, I'm burned out. Help me out.
All right,
laughing at so hard. Why are you laughing so hard?
Because it's hard. What you just said, it's hard. Once you start it, it's hard to stop.
Oh, it is. It's one of those voices.
Well, for all you groomer burnouts out there.
Oh, man.
One of the ways to help prevent groomer burnout is listen to our podcast.
Yeah, man. Okay, really, I have to stop.
Listen to our podcast, because our podcast goes through a lot of things, and we are always trying to be informative and help you guys out in any way that we can. And whether it's this podcast or one of our earlier episodes, we're always talking about groomers, and you could learn a lot. You could learn a lot prior to getting in the industry, if it's even for you or not. And if it is, I think our podcasts help. That's what I think.
It does, because remember we had that one person comment and say that they put our podcast on their headphones while they're doing their baths, and they listen to us like all day. And that's hilarious. And even in one of our more recent videos, I think it was when you were shaving down that matted Pomeranian, you had made a joke in the middle of it, and you said, "Oh, you got to stay funny sometimes, guys. You got to stay funny." So I'm glad you said that. You should be listening to our podcast, because we try to stay in high spirits and we try to be funny. And maybe some groomers out. Obviously, that one person does. They put us on during their day just to keep their heads straight, and we make them laugh. Listen to our podcast. We cover a lot of stuff on here.
Thank you for that, too, by the way. That's the biggest compliment you could give us.
Yeah, I remember reading that. I was like, wow, that's so nice. That's so cool.
Yeah. Another one is don't get into this for the money. Although it can be lucrative, I don't think that is the right reason to get into dog grooming. I think we really do have to stay with why we get into this. And again, it's just because we love animals, and we love dogs and cats in particular, and we just really want to help better their lives. So if you're not getting into it for that, I wouldn't get into it. I don't think anyone should really try to do this for the money. Although if you are passionate about it, you will make a living doing it, and it'll be a good one.
I think anybody who's in this for the money will be done in about a year, maybe 6 months, honestly. Because if you're new to it and you get into it for the money, you're going to realize very quickly what it takes to do one dog start to finish, especially a haircut.
Right.
I'm not even talking about a lab where you're still going to break your arm raking all that coat out and put them in the bath and drying them and all that stuff. I'm talking about like actual like haircuts. Once you realize how difficult it is to just do one dog and you're getting paid whatever for that, then you realize, okay, well, I have to make a profit here, to make some money, I have to do this 5 or 6 times in a day. Some groomers have a couple groomers on staff and they're doing 15 dogs a day. So I think if you're in it for the money, you'll be done fairly quickly if that's the only reason you're doing it anyway. I'll give you about 6 months to a year. You'll be like, screw this. Yeah.
And with that being said, it's true, because the money actually comes later as you gain experience and you're able to groom faster and be able to groom more dogs. Only then will you really start to make money, and it does take time. Let's see. Another one is be right for the job, guys. I mean, although, loving animals is definitely a requirement if you're going to get into dog grooming, it's not always enough. You have to be able to handle stress. So we've said this in past episodes too. You can love dogs all you want, but if you can't handle a stressful situation with a dog either trying to bite you or trying to get away from you, or just, an older dog that's really, really nervous, that sits a lot and just doesn't want to get groomed, you have to be able to handle stress. So it's just another thing there, and that you just love is not always enough. You have to handle stress.
And we're lucky, too, because we have each other throughout the day. Because and we've said this before, you should have an apprentice anyway. You really shouldn't be by yourself. You should always have another groomer there, or an apprentice, or somebody to do your baths for you, whatever. Use that. And I think for the most part, most groomers do have other people on staff, even if it's just a receptionist. You got to keep each other sane, and me and you have to do that on a daily basis. I do a lot of the baths, so my morning tends to, not my morning, my afternoon rather, tends to be a little less stressful than yours because you do most of the finishes. So in the morning, you kind of keep me sane while I'm hunched over the bathtub and bathing, anywhere from 6 to 10 dogs. And and then in the afternoon, when that's where the scissors are coming into play and the clippers and all of that. And now I'm hanging out with you, helping you out, trying to keep you sane. And it's not like that, not perfect like that every day, but we try to keep each other sane. So whoever you got in your shop with you,
it's true.
That's stressful environment, man. It's a team effort. You got to keep that stress level down.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, if we have a lot of big dogs on any given day and I see that like you're bathing a lot, like I'll pick you up, I'll do a bath or two, because it's like I'm looking at you and I'm going, oh man, Anthony cannot even bathe another dog. I have to do this dog. And then you anticipate me finishing in the afternoon. If you see a dog's just not standing or whatever, you will help hold the dog up or help me with its nails or whatever. So yeah, I think you shouldn't groom alone. You should always have either an apprentice or another groomer. It's just important, just important to feed off each other and kind of support each other, because it can get that stressful during the course of the day where it's like you're almost crying.
I've seen you take a knee before. I've seen you just go, oh my God, Aunt, watch this dog for a second. I gotta go cry over here on my knee.
Yeah, sure.
And then you kneel on a nail by mistake.
Well, okay, so loving animals is just definitely a requirement, and being able to handle stress. And here's another thing, not only loving animals, but you have to be a people person too, because you're not just dealing with the dog or the cat, you're dealing with the owner. So you literally have to be a people person too. If you're not good with people, if you're the type of person that just hates people, you may not want to be in the dog grooming business, because you're going to have to establish some really, really close relationships to gain trust and to just ease people, make them feel comfortable about dropping their baby off to you. So yeah, very, very important. You have to be a people person as well.
Yeah. I mean, we are on a first name basis with about 95% of our customers. I mean, our
Absolutely.
customers are our friends.
We get invited to parties.
Yes, we get gifts in Christmas at Christmas time. We give gifts. We go to parties. We're friends with all of our customers.
And some of the parties kind of like fun, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes they get kind of burnt too.
Yeah. Ho ho ho, man. Oh.
Ho ho ho, man.
Oh man. Merry Christmas.
Have a
It's
holly
August.
jolly, man.
Have a holly jolly December, man. When is it? 25?
Yeah,
All right,
see you in
man.
November, man.
November or December? I forget, man.
Whatever. But
it's
yeah,
cold out, I know.
we get invited to all the burnout parties. So that's how close we are. That's how close we are with our customers. So yeah, it's and again, just makes the job rewarding too, because you end up with so many friends. You'd be surprised how many friends you end up with because you're a dog groomer. Everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody wants to talk to you. So we love it. We love it for that.
I actually wouldn't trust a customer who doesn't have any questions for us.
Yeah, me too.
You're just dropping your dog. You don't care if we're not, like,
yeah,
like it doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, it's like, okay, what time? It's like, okay, well, nice to meet you. Hello. Wait, before we take your beloved pet back into the room and you don't even know who we are. Wait a minute. Don't you have any questions? Don't you want to get to know us at all? Wait.
Or like, what's your dog's name?
Right. Right.
We call him Burnout. Man.
Oh, we call him Dog, man. We call him Quadruped, man. Quad, man.
We call him Quaddy, man.
We were gonna go with Wesley Snipes, but we went with Quadruped, man.
Wesley Snipes. Come on, man. I don't know. You know what? Who knows? Is this show even going to get aired? I have no idea. Possibly. We'll see. It was a rough weekend, man. But yeah, people person. And I guess the last thing we're going to mention is, maybe this is a solution. Try not to overbook yourself, I guess. Get your rest. Don't underbook yourself either, because now you're not making any money.
You find the sweet spot. Man.
You got to find that sweet spot. If you feel a dog is too aggressive and it's just, you feel like it's out of your league to try to groom this dog, or you might not be able to do it, then don't do it. Just don't do it. If you feel that the dog is too aggressive and you think that you might get bitten up or anything, maybe you shouldn't take on that job. So yeah, just try to hang in there. If you can hang in there for like the 5-year mark, you might find that, like you said, Anthony, that sweet spot. You might just start to really understand how you fit in and what you might be able to do to help yourself out, because we're all different. I'm a very nervous type, so and you might not be as nervous as me. Maybe you can handle those more aggressive dogs. I used to handle a lot of aggressive dogs. I'm in a position now where I really don't have to, because our clientele is pretty steady. But wherever you are, wherever you fit in as a dog groomer, just maybe just give yourself that extra couple of years to learn it and learn about the business and learn about yourself.
I agree with that 100%.
So anyway, let's get to this. Oh, are we going to break?
No, we already went to break.
We went to break. I'm sorry.
You're burnt out.
I'm burnt today. Man. I'm tired. So we got this comment, and I don't know how to take this comment, but this is from our funny comment section.
I'm a professional.
It says, and I quote, "Are you and Anthony a couple?"
Oh God.
All right, like what? I don't like. What do you mean, like a couple of jerks, or couple of
dudes?
Of dudes. I mean, what do you think they mean? What do you think they mean? Yeah, a couple.
They want to know if we're gay. I guess.
Gay? Oh. No, that's gonna be a no. Here's the thing with that, though, guys.
It's gonna be a no.
That's gonna be a no. Well, here's the thing, and even if we were, Anthony is my son. It would also be incestual, so it's a no and a no.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a no and then a hell no.
And then a hell no.
Yeah.
But Not to say, listen, if you weren't my son, and I think you're cute, you would probably be my type.
I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, why?
You're my dad. Don't say that.
I'm just saying, it's like you got that Keanu Reeves look. I think he's handsome.
Yeah. Now I know good. If I wasn't your son, I'd be your type. Awesome. That's not weird. This got weird.
This got weird. This whole show.
That's my dad. He thinks I'm hot.
Well, hey, I guess we all have our type.
Yeah, and yours is your son, I guess.
Obviously, I'm not your type. I'm a little hurt.
Well, I'm like a Ryan Reynolds guy. I like.
I
know. If I was gay, I'd be into him.
I'd be into him.
But to be clear, let's answer the question. No, me and my father aren't dating each other right now. It feels like we're a married couple sometimes, but we're not.
Yeah, we're not yet. Not
yet anyway. But
thank you for the question.
Yeah, appreciate that. It's oddly enough, that's not the weirdest question we've gotten throughout all these comment segments that we kind of try to throw in at the end of every episode. But that's up there. That's top 3 of what? But I guess I could see the confusion.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, on that weird as hell note, we're gonna wrap it up. So. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. As always, we'd like to thank our producer, Mark Winter. Thank you so much, Mark. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel. It's called Grooming by Rudy. That's Grooming by Rudy on YouTube.com. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We want to hear from you guys. You could also like Grooming by Rudy on Facebook, follow Grooming by Rudy on Instagram and Twitter. It has been an absolute pleasure, as always. Until next time, take care of yourselves and your pets, man.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.